What's going on, truck drivers? Today I want to talk to you about the difficulties of being a truck driver. There's a lot of difficulties out here, a lot of things we have to overcome, even for new drivers and for experienced drivers. These difficulties that I'm about to talk to you about, these 5 things happen to all of us. But we need to be aware of them so that way we can overcome them. But first, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button if you get any value of it. Leave me a comment down below. Any questions you have, I will definitely answer for you. It might take me about 24 hours to get back, but I will answer your questions, so leave me a comment. Let's get right into it. Number 1 difficulty that all truck drivers have to go through is getting lost and found again. It happens. I don't care what kind of GPS you got, how much planning you do, which you always need to plan with an atlas, GPS, call for directions. There's going to be a time where somebody gives you bad directions. There's going to be a time where you run into some construction. There's going to be a time where technology fails you and crap's going to happen. You're going to get rerouted. There's going to be a wreck. The worst thing you're going to do, the worst feeling, is pulling up into a neighborhood. And it might be okay in a car, but in a 53-foot trailer, it's a bad feeling. So, and then you got to go and try to find a turnaround. A lot of drivers, they'll try to do a U-turn right there on a city road, and it just doesn't work well for them. So that's number 1 thing. And I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me back in Galveston Island, or Galveston, Texas was hit with a hurricane. I don't remember what year that was off the top of my head, 2009, 10, 11, something, I don't know. Anyways, I was out there and I had directions written down, and I had good directions. But when I got out there, the hurricane wasn't over with. The signs were missing, and it was really dark. There was no power in that town, and I missed a couple turns. Well, then I'm on this road, and I'm not sure where it's going. Well, then I couldn't even see the road no more. It was so dark. So I stopped, and I said, you know, I don't want to get out and stretch. I don't know where I'm at. When I got out, water hit my foot. Yeah, it was ocean. I had literally drove the truck to the ocean. I shit you not. I had drove it all the way there, and the water was coming up. I was like, oh my God. But it was hard ground at Whitten Beach. I put it in reverse. I backed up a little while, and then I said, I'm not moving no more until daylight. Next morning, I woke up, I watched the sun rise up, and I had literally drove to the beach. Can you believe that? But it happens. You're going to get lost, and things happen. It's how you handle it. Number 1, don't get stressed about it. Relax. Don't get panicked. That's the worst thing you can do, is getting panicked. If you miss your turn, and say you have a sign that says you miss it, and you realize you missed it, even if you have to go 5 or 10 miles, go 5 or 10 miles till you get a safe place to turn around. The worst thing you can do is panic and try to turn around when you shouldn't and mess up. That's the first difficulty. The second difficulty that you're going to run into, like I said, these are not in any order, but number 2 is going to be the loss of home time. Missing your loved ones, missing those birthdays, not getting to spend time with your kids. Why? There's going to be an anniversary you might miss. There's going to be things that are going to happen, football games with your kids, or ballerina dances, or whatever. Things you're going to miss. And that's the sacrifice you have by being a truck driver. So it's a difficulty you're going to have to overcome. The home time. It's difficult. It's difficult for new truck drivers. It's difficult for me. I hate it sometimes. I hate it. I hate doing that. But it's part of trucking. Number 3 is going to be the dangers of some of these deliveries. Some of these deliveries are in some messed up places. I'm talking about places that you would never want to go to. And you get delivery there, you know, some places in Atlanta, Houston, Chicago. You're delivering there late at night. You're parked out on the road waiting to get in. You got people knocking on your truck, offering you, asking for money. You know, people selling drugs. You know, there's a lot of bad things on. Fortunately, I'm with a carrier now that we don't deliver to a lot of those places, so I don't have to worry about those, you know, those lot litters knocking on the door, or those drug addicts trying to sell dope or borrow money, or crackheads running around, one jumping out of a tree, one running across the, like, golly, you know. I don't know what kind of area it is, but it sure does have a lot of symptoms of being a bad area, you know what I mean? I don't have to deal with that. I haven't had to deal with that in years, because I'm with a carrier that doesn't really go to those type of places. But a lot of these mega carriers, you will have to deal with that. So that is a difficult, some situations you're going to have to deal with. Number 4 is a difficult learning when the best time to drive and not drive. What I mean by that is, you wake up in the morning, you go to sleep at a truck stop, and you get up, and then all of a sudden, you're just like, it's frozen. Nobody wants to drive in the freezing rain. Nobody wants to do that. And you shouldn't, you can't. So the difficult thing is going to be is to decide when to go and when not to go. Your dispatcher may say, hey, no, you need to go, 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 go. And that's when you might have to say, no, hang it up. You know, when it's freezing rain, I don't drive. When it's storming so bad and wind so strong that I can't drive more than 10, 15 miles an hour, I'm not going to drive. You're the captain of your ship, and you've got to make sure that you're calling the shots. You have to do that. So those things right there. And then another thing, I think this is number 5. I think I did do 4 things. Whatever. Another thing I was thinking about is finding somewhere to park. That is the difficulty we're having to strive with. Looking for somewhere. Always constantly fighting for a parking spot. A lot of truck drivers will say that, but if you get a good book, I know I've talked about it before in one of my videos, a truck stop guide book. I'll put a link at the end of this video. You can get one. If there ain't that much, you can get them off Amazon. It shows you every truck stop per interstate, per mile marker. Learn those spots, learn those mom and pop stops. Stay away from the major carriers like the big Petros and the Pilots and the Loves. I take a shower at the Loves because I have unlimited, that's where I fuel. But I may take a shower during the daytime, and then when I get ready to park at night, when there's no parking, I'll probably park at a mom and pop truck stop. Learn your areas. Try to do your best to, you know, to avoid some of these situations, but these are difficulties you're going to have to deal with as part of trucking. Again, subscribe to my channel if you got some value from this, hit that like button. This is Trucking Life with Sean, baby. Let's get it.